What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, no Honda, no RBC manifold, no flash pro, no JDI. We are gonna try to we're actually not gonna try. We're gonna make these wheels fit. Now, I said that I want to get two 3540s, but I'm just gonna stick with 245s for now because I'm in a dilemma. It's the weekend, it's Saturday evening, tomorrow's gonna be Sunday. I cannot get tires for those TE37's. So, we're gonna make these 245s work for now while I work on ordering two 3540s. The rears, we are gonna have to raise it, no doubt. Fronts, we're gonna raise it regardless. I wanna raise up the car overall, just so the front upper control arms don't hit anymore, and also just, you know, more of a dateable thing. And this height is nice, but we can still make these look nice with the new ride height that I'm planning to aim for. I actually sold these wheels. The guy is actually coming to pick them up at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and I need to pull these off the car, wipe them down for him, put some tire shine, and the wheels are off to the new owner. It's going on a DC5, so that's gonna be a really nice color combination. It's that one blue color, I forgot what it's called. With these, will look freaking nice. And I did go to San Diego today. Huge shout out to Lee for being my Honda plug still, even though I quit Honda and I used to work with them. But voila, this is a RBC intake hose, so I could run the RBC manifold and have it fit my Comtech icebox. And this is the RBC manifold, and you can still buy these new from Honda. What I'm gonna do is open this real quick just to show you guys what a brand new RBC manifold looks like. And I'm actually shocked for the price that people sell these used for. People sell these for like $300 to $350 when you can actually buy new ones for around that same price. So quick tip, if you don't want to buy a used one, just buy a new one. People are selling these for ridiculous amounts for a used one. You can even buy new ones on eBay for like $320 OEM. Voila, RBC. And I don't know if I could grab this without dropping it. Is this sealed up all the way? It is. But yeah, brand new RBC manifold. And I do have stuff to pair this up with. Hybrid Racing actually did send me a care package, so I do have the Hybrid Racing thermal intake manifold and throttle body gasket for the RBC manifold once we get to installing this. But we're gonna get to installing the TE37's right now. Let's go ahead and jack up the fronts. We're gonna do the fronts first. The rears, I cannot do any camera adjustment because I don't have camera arms in the rear. I sold them. The fronts, we have camera kits, and regardless of fronts need camera. I want to run more front camera than the rear camera, just for the look. I'll show you guys when I'm done. Let's get to pulling off the front wheels and playing with some adjustment on the suspension. I think once I pull the wheels off, I'm gonna raise this side up 1/4 inch, add a little bit of camber, and then throw these on, and then jack up the lower control arm just to see where it sits. Pretty simple. Raise up the car, add some camera through the upper control arms, and yeah, we're just gonna play it off by the fender. I know this fender is messed up, same with that side, but my plan is to, once I get those other fenders on, since these fenders are not rolled, I'm going to roll these to the perfect amount, basing it off of these messed up fenders. It's not too bad, you know, but you know, you get what you get sometimes for riding low. One done. I think this is what I'm going to settle on. I raised it up like 1/4 inch and added more camber. It's really hard to see. Let's see. You can kind of see, but it's not as much as before. So I feel like I honestly think I'm running like -3 1/4 because that's what it was before. Since I raised it up, it pulled less camber, but I added camber back in just to compensate for the fitment. I think this is probably the right height I'm gonna go with. It's still tucking a little bit. My plan originally was to kind of like have it sit at the top of the tire, but still tucking. I just don't want to buckle my fenders again. I'm debating if I should leave the ride height. Looks pretty damn good. Oh wait, is this still up? Hold on, you gotta do that jumping technique. The car is pretty stiff. It's a little bit like poked out. Okay, this one definitely has no room. Like this has way less room just because they're 255s and is running less camber. But since I'm running more camber instead of 245, there should be more clearance. Alright. I'm gonna do the other side and then turn on the car and turn the wheel just to see where it actually sits, because I feel like the other side, since it's lower, I think. Oh my god, whatever. I'm gonna do the other side and then see what they both look like. But I did pull off this sticker. It's right there. And I did actually order new Volk decals thanks to John over at OEMplus.us. Appreciate it, brother. So that should be coming here on Monday or Tuesday, so we can put them on and should look way better. I think without the stickers, it doesn't look too bad. Like, yeah, it doesn't look bad. All right. Oh, I cannot wait to see this thing rolling. When this thing's rolling, it'll be tucking way more. All right, let's do that side. I decided to test it out before I do that side on full lock, and there's clearance. So I feel like we should be solid. Damn. All right. This one to try. Man, this side has way less space. Can't even stick my finger in there. This is part one of the reasons why I buckled my Fender. This one. Yep. All right, let's go. Since I did that side, it actually raised up this side a little bit more because it evened out. This is currently the slight gap that we have with these 245s. And in order for me to run like the least amount of camber, I will have to kind of keep the car a little bit higher. And this side has that same gap, minus the fender kind of being like wonky, you know. This side looks like it's poking out a little bit more versus this side, because I think this side the fender is a little bit pulled out. Because I think this side the fender is pulled out a little bit more. So I do feel like with those fenders that aren't rolled, if I put them on, I might need to pull them a little bit. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of pull this one out, since this one's already kind of, you know, messed up, and see where it sits at like after I drive the car. But I still need to do the rears. The rears is gonna go up a lot. It's not gonna be tucking like this anymore. We're trying to eliminate all that camber, especially on these, since these specs are really aggressive. But for the most part, it looks pretty damn good. And when the car is rolling, it'll be tucking more. When the car is sitting, it'll probably be like this. But we'll see after I drive the car for a bit. But what I'm gonna do is pull the car out, flip it around so I can do the rears, see how the car sits on these. And hopefully I don't need to run any more camera in the rear. So let's just pray that those fit without any issues in the rear. And I don't have camera kits in the rear. I flipped the car around, car doesn't rub, car is actually pretty perfect. I can add more camber to the front to make it look like it's more lower, so, you know, more camber, the car will go a little bit lower. But I think right now the amount of camber that this has is definitely gonna be like, I feel like -3, which is what I was running before on these. With the good alignment, should be solid. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just run these tires until they go bad, and then I'll switch over to 235/40s, and then we could go a little bit lower with a little bit less camber. But for the sake of me not buying tires and just keeping these, I will run them as is. But you can kind of see the rear and then the front. Now the only thing I'm scared about right now on the rears is it might poke a lot, due to, one is it might not be enough camera, and also, if you guys know my rears, I'm not running any camera kits. This is all natural camber. I mean, it fits and it sits extremely flush on 255s. This side, or well, the rears is gonna be a little bit easier because I don't have camber kits, so there's no camber adjustment to be needed or to be done. We're just gonna throw on those on the rears and raise it up and see where I guess it sits. Probably gonna be pokey, but doesn't hurt to, I guess, try it out. And I still need to wipe these down. I'm gonna wipe these two for the new owner. Going to miss these. They were a really nice wheel setup, especially on this car, the color combination, but I think the bronze does this car way more justice, well, especially this color. And then the Brembles, I might change the color on them. I'm not sure about the red, but we'll wait till we get the decals and see how they look. Raise up the rear probably almost a whole inch, just so I could clear right now. And I know that I need to add more camber or get 235/40s, because from the side, you got that gap, finger gap, because if I have it any lower, it's gonna rub. Yeah, so now I kind of regret selling my camera kits, but it's okay. I'm gonna buy a set of the Godspeed camera kits for the rear. They're like $110 or something, and they come with spherical bearings. I'm gonna go ahead and order that right now once I go into my room. If I had 235/40s all around, definitely is a lot easier to fit, but we're just gonna get camera kits, add more rear camera, because right now my front actually is running a lot more front camera than the rear. So if I add like half a degree of camber on here, or like probably like almost a whole degree, it will clear and I don't have to worry about it rubbing the fronts. We'll leave this for now. It looks kind of funky in the rear, but don't worry, I will have this all fixed with the camera kits once they come in. And I did end up taking off all the decals because we have the OG decals coming, so we can put that on. Valve stems, they will remain red until I get new tires once these wear out, and we're gonna get black valve stems, just like how I did on the RE30. I'll wipe these down real quick for the new owner to pick them up tomorrow. I might go drive the car real quick. I know it looks really funky. The front doesn't rub at all. It actually fits or clears better than these because I did raise up the car a little bit and add a little bit more camber. The rears, I think if it's a harsh bump, it most likely will rub, but it's okay. What I'm gonna do just to compensate is bump up the dampening in the rear until the camera kit come in. The camera kit should be here probably like, I think within a day, because there's a lot of shops and like OC that carry them in stock and they ship them on eBay, unless I go pick them up on Monday or Tuesday and just install it again. We're just gonna go ahead and leave it as is and just test drive the car real quick, go get something to drink. That's it for this video. I think the next video is gonna be me doing the rear camera kits, and I need to do the RBC manifold. I think we're gonna put this on first and then the Honda and the ECU. I'm gonna torque the wheels down. Before I end this video, I just took this out. It doesn't rub. It rubs a little bit on the rear on like harsh dips. But that's gonna be fixed with camera kits. I don't know yet. I'm still gonna be tinkering with the fitment. This is not it, but for 17 by 9.5 plus 12, it's not hard to fit. It's just for me, I just don't wanna run too much camber. At least my upper control arms don't hit anymore, which I actually do love. So I think I might just keep this height. It's, you know, pretty flush, I guess, if you wanna say that. Rears will be addressed once the camera kits come in, but for the most part, pretty solid. These tires, I think the guy that sold them to me, he put tire shine on the inside and like around the whole tire, so this thing's squeaking everywhere. It's going away, but it's driving me nuts. But all right guys, that's it for this video. Don't let us other, just keep building. Stay tuned for the upcoming content.